CTHULHU Jack.
Sometimes traveling down the path of least resistant isn't always the path smartest taken. I chose instead another video to watch, this little streaming pile where the title does not match what you'll be witnessing on screen. Not even remotely. So let's dial back to 1976 when...
You think you're ready to go out and raise some hell?
21 years old looked like 45 years old, and this guy came on to replace the director in this ritual-killing non-classic, The Meat Cleaver Massacre. Yes, that's right, kids. Old Uncle Ed Wood supposedly replaced one of the directors at the time of the shoot. I had no idea going in that he did, and being a fan of the Schlockmeister himself, it makes all the sense now. From a standard issued plot where a particular student, Mason for some reason has an axe or meat cleaver to grind with his Professor Cantrell, who's an expert on the occult and teaching his students all about the Gaelic demon Morak. Will he make an appearance, you ask? Sure, as Stephen King from Creepshow in the end. Let me back up and say, if you're going into this flick thinking that there's a meat cleaver wielding maniac afoot, then you'll be sadly mistaken. Mason choruses his dopey friends Dirk.
Have you ever killed a man, Dirk?
You got the touch. You got the power.
Sean and Phil, who toss back a couple and take a few hits off of Mary Jane to head over to the old professor's house for a killing.
You serious?
After the professor takes a blow to the skull, the crew goes after the rest of the family, including the son who we watch make a sandwich. I'm not kidding. To the sister getting ventilated on the stairs and the mom taken out for good measure. All have passed on to greener pastures except for old professor who's alive, in a coma and paralyzed. Though in later scenes he's thrashing around in his bed. The professor conjures up the spirit of Morak, who telepathically, I guess, starts knocking off each of the students. Like this guy who decides to take a hike in the desert, only to be killed by a plant. To Dirk being killed by... You know what, this film has already begun to vanish from my mind. Finally, Mason is taken out by the actual creature in the basement, or is he? He's left insane to think about what he's done. Detective Wexler is about as clueless as you get.
No, none of the neighbors heard or saw anything unusual last night.
How is that possible?
There's no fingerprints, no clues, nothing to go on.
What the hell is that?
Somehow, through plot convenience, the detective puts together that the professor is causing the killings.
Here's my theory.
Stop wasting my time.
Dirk and Phil weren't killed by the fourth man to keep them silent. The professor did it. Somehow, he's been able to call up some sort of power and send it after the people that he thinks killed his family.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
You know what? Fine. Sure, if that's what it takes to get to this end. The original film had a Christopher Lee wraparound which was taken from another film to pad out this dreck, but the version I saw did not have that. This movie was so bad Ed Wood himself had his name removed. So, if you're in the mood for a slow burn, that you'll feel every painful moment for this 1 hour and 17 minute not much of a gore fest, and scratch your head wondering why the frack you decided to pop this one in, let me be the canary in the coal mine and just say, don't bother wasting your time. Until next time.
More rag. Avenger.
Join Darkside Media and Lovecraft PI at this year's Watch City Steampunk Festival, Saturday, May 11th, in Waltham, Massachusetts. Admission is free, and the fest is outdoors. If you mention that you're a subscriber here at CTHULHU Jack, there's a free comic for you on the day. So click links below to be notified. Many thanks for the support, and Hail Cthulhu!